Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel! Sorry, I was getting a drink, and didn't have a chance to really say anything, but you better get to school, Rip Ruben. Don't skip school. It's very important. But how's everybody doing today? I am doing quite well. I'm not skipping. That's good. That's good. I figured you weren't. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, that's good. High quality dad. But yeah. Today we're doing Pharaoh because I can't play Dynasty Warriors without being murdered by an angry man in a silly hat, apparently. So that's what we're doing today. Yeah, woo, Pharaoh! I'm hoping that we're, like, getting close to finishing this game, but I know we're nowhere near close to finishing this game. We still have so much left to do. But it's been fun. I've been enjoying myself with it, so that's the only thing that really matters at the end of the day. And, yeah, so last time we had a pretty rough mission. I had a couple of rough missions, actually. The Return to Thinness, I believe. And, or no. Thinness was the previous stream. Menak Kufu and Ichiwi was last time. How long does it take to beat it? Like, in hours? That's a very good question. Let's see. Let's go back here for a second. Let's figure this out. So far, I have done 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I've done 19 missions. This will be 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So the original game has 25 missions. And they've been taking me about 3 to 4 hours per mission, or 2 to 3 hours, we'll say. So let's bring up a calculator here. We're gonna figure. Grab the window capture. No, the screen capture. Yes. So 25 missions. We're going to go on the high end and say it takes us an average of 3 hours to beat all of them. Let's keep in mind the first couple of missions only took like an hour, if that. So that's 75 hours. We'll subtract like maybe 5 hours from that. So it probably takes about 70 hours to beat the base game. But then on top of that, we also have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 other missions that were added in the expansion. It's not as long as you thought. It's pretty long. So, I think that the expansion missions are a little bit shorter. So, I'm gonna guess maybe an extra 25 hours on top of that. So, I'm gonna be guessing it probably takes about 95 to 100 hours to beat the game. It is a long game. It's not that bad, but considering all of the factors, it'll take a while. I'm not used to playing such long games, but hello, Toasty Tana. How are you doing today? Come to criticize my poor city design? I hope so. That's part of the fun of the game, right? All right. So let's get into it. 5,000 hours of Minecraft over 9 years. Yeah, but that's Minecraft. I've put 3,000 hours into Crusader Kings 2. I've put 3,500 hours into Europa Universalis. I have games that I've played for far longer, but As far as, like, games I've done to the channel criticize anything, that's fair. I don't think you've actually criticized much of anything. You just are entertained by my failures, and that's okay. That's part of the fun of it, right? All right, so here we are. We are having a choice between Sawu and Iken. So let's do heads for Iken and tails for Sawu, shall we? Let's go. All right, heads it is. Seems like we're gonna be getting into some fights. Into Nubia. We have to build a large obelisk. 6,000 population. 80 kingdom rating. It's gonna be a bit painful, but that's okay. These missions do not pull their punches anymore, so that's just something that we're gonna have to deal with. I don't remember how much obsidian a large obelisk requires. I think it's either 200 or 250. But we'll figure it out as we go.
Now that Egypt is firmly united under your rule, all of your court and I, your trusted vizier, recommend that we push the borders of our country south into Nubia. The dry riverbed at Alaki is rich with veins of gold, and a mighty city at Iken, with you in residence, will certainly keep the Nubians from trying to attack.
That's also a fair point.
Be careful of the Kushites, however. They are a much more dangerous
Pharaoh has some decent replayability. I haven't touched all of the missions. I'm probably not going to go back and play the ones that I skipped over.
You should build a large obelisk.
But yeah, there's twice as many missions that I've done, more or less, because most of the missions have a choice behind them. And on top of that, there's also a whole bunch of custom missions that, I don't know, I might look into it, it depends. But for now, I'm mostly just focused on completing the game.
Will need help from Pharaoh. And will not hesitate.
Okay, wait, what are we doing? We're fighting the Nubians
they will provide Iken with
and the Kushites,
from which weapons can be forged.
Yeah. Build a large obelisk. And Sawu will need help. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Let's go in here and pause the game and see what we're working with. That's a lot of useless land. Okay. There's some farmland over here. That's interesting. So we have deer or antelope down here for food. We also have patches for gold. Gold, yes. Okay. No gold over here, though. No gold over here. So what I could do is immediately jump over here and get a gold operation going. That may be what we do. That's also a fair point. How is the custom mission community with Pharaoh, Tana? I mean, I guess the first question is it just Pharaoh Classic, or is it also Pharaoh and New Era? And if it's one or both, how, like, active is it? That's something that I have thought about, is maybe, like, doing some fun custom missions when we're done with the story campaign. I mean, I'm not going to be playing this game forever, and I don't know if I'll be up for playing it after completing the mission campaign, but that is something that I've thought about, just, like, you know, casually being like, oh, well, maybe we could get some cool custom missions and play them on stream. Okay, so how do I want to do this? I like how the road just kind of ends here. That's a nice touch. Keep in mind, we're at the, like, southernmost part of the Empire, so that makes a lot of sense. So, if we want to jump straight over to get a gold mining operation going, we need a ferry landing here. And we need a ferry landing there? Or do we want to go here? We can't go... No, that's not going to work either. Either way, we're going to need 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, maybe. Maybe something like that. If we can find a place across here, we may not be able to. Oh. I think I see what it wants me to do. It wants me to go over here. And then it wants me to bridge across, like... here, maybe? I don't think that bridge there would work. Because I can't bridge this. Interesting. So I can bridge across here. That would get me down into here. Huh. How do I even get over to this side of the map? Hold on. Let's see, I can bridge here. There's no Steam Workshop for a new era. That's a shame. I'll have to look into Pharaoh and see what we can do. Am I losing it? Is there just no way across here? I could get across here, but the problem is that I can't get across here. Let's see. And I can get across here. Okay. So we have to cross here, it looks like. I don't think there's another path. And we could go this way. Okay, I think that's how we're gonna have to do it, because it's like the only path we have. Okay. Yeah, I mean... that's literally the only place we can go. Well, that's a massive pain. Okay, so let's set up these ferries. It's gonna complain about employees. We're immediately going to get our gold operation going. Once we get our gold going, we can deal with the rest. Put a house there to summon workers. Firehouse, architect's post. We'll have to do the same thing on the other side. This is gonna be a little bit jank. I guess we don't need a road to go the entire length. I think people don't need roads to walk. They just walk by themselves. But apparently I've decided to build a road to all of these areas, so that's what we're doing. Architects not needed? Do you only need architects for the big buildings? I don't know. I always build the architect's post by default. I know like some buildings don't collapse, but yeah, I guess that's fair. What about the ferry landing? Does it collapse? I would guess not, or you wouldn't have said something. Okay, so let's go across here as well. Oh, is that better? Or is that fine? I think that's fine. There we go. This is going to be kind of a large investment at the very start, but I think it'll be important to do. You asked the question when the answer is right in front of me. Oh. Can't burn, can't collapse. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Look, I don't pay attention to things. I just kind of push buttons and things happen. Okay. So we're gonna have like a weird, janky loop down here. There we go. And this is going to be where our starting housing is. There we go. Alright, and then we're just going to work from here. Now, we are going to need both a firehouse and an architect's post over here. Because we're going to be building some cool stuff over here as well. A bazaar? Even though the bazaar can't collapse as well, but it's fine. It's fine. You know what can collapse? A granary. I think. I just want to be careful. I don't want to... What can I... Okay, I can only mine gold. So it's okay if I, like, cover these rocks here a little bit. And this will also be very nice because hunting lodges are extremely efficient. So we should be able to take advantage of all of this food down here. Okay, so what gods do we have? Tell me it's not a lot. 3? It's more than I would have preferred. But that's okay. Osiris, and then we'll put it... Oh, not a temple complex. Just a regular temple to set. There we go. And then down here, we're going to put our city palace. This we may want to be a little bit careful with. Because I don't want to block the gold off. I think that'll be good. And then we're just going to immediately jump in here and we're going to grab all this gold. We'll start with that, and then as we get more population, we will expand upon that. Okay, so let's also put not a tax collector, a firehouse and an architect's post over here. And we'll also put a police station there and there. There we go. And then we'll just kind of start working from here. That's a little bit of a waste to do that right off the bat, but that's okay. Let's start getting some people in. So the game has been very clear that we're going to have to worry about military incursions. So that's definitely something we're going to have to keep in mind. There is a nice area for a bunch of housing right in here. Actually, there's plenty of room for housing on this map. That's good. That's very good. But first, we need people to move in. Okay, so we're going to need a physician. We'll plop that there. We'll need some entertainment. We'll do a bandstand and a juggler school down here. I want to be a little bit careful about my shoreline. I'm probably going to need both transport wharfs and warship wharfs. So we'll want to keep that in mind. And we're already requesting game meat. 6 months. I have my doubts, but here's what we're going to do. I haven't really messed with this that much on stream, but we can go in here and we can prioritize our farming buildings. Oh, we can even go in and prioritize specific things. That's pretty neat. So that as soon as like people actually get over here, our our food sources can just immediately jump in and get food. That's the dream, anyhow. We'll see if it works. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about what we'll do at the end of this series because we're water? Psh, we don't need water. Yeah, we do need water. Because we do only have a few missions to go for the main game. And then, of course, we have all the expansion missions as well, which I have very little experience with. So we do have probably a while of Pharaoh left. But I've still been thinking about what we may do after the fact. Because I'm definitely not done with city building. I'm definitely continuing to scratch the itch that this game has reawakened within me. We could go back to Caesar 3. That's going to take some finagling to do because there's not like a convenient remake and it's not really made very well for newer PCs. We could also go on to something like Nebuchadnezzar, which is a newer take on the sort of city building aspect. Or, let's see. I was gonna say Caesar 4, but that game's not very good. That's really the only thoughts that I've had. Like that, plus like maybe doing some cool custom missions in Pharaoh. Maybe go back to Pharaoh Classic and do custom missions for that if I can't find any good ones for a new era. That would be really cool. I don't know. There's still a lot to do. There is. And we're going to be dealing with crocodiles. That's great. I'm glad we're going to have to deal with crocodiles. But I also don't really have a solution to that. So we're just going to have to deal. Here, we're going to try tentatively try to stockpile game meat so that it doesn't get used, so that maybe we can actually do the request. I don't know if we'll be able to pull this off. 600 game meat immediately is a lot of game meat, but hey, we got it, so that's good. There we go. I mean, we're waiting for the water sources to... Yeah, it does. Waiting for the water to sort of flow out here. And what we can do is stop prioritizing food. Because we don't really need to. I only did it because of the outgoing request. But we'll get these couple waves of people in, and then we'll have probably, I want to say 500-600 people to work with. It won't be that bad. Migrants have a long way to go. Yeah. That's why I kind of hate this. But it should be fine in the long run. I think getting the gold out is just the most important thing. So I think what we'll do is once we get a good gold income going, because I want all of this to be gold. Ooh. Okay. We need to build a storage yard for the copper. And then they immediately decided, or someplace else decided to reduce the quantity of copper they're willing to trade? Okay. Alright, game. Alright, so let's have this store our copper gifts. As the case may be. Oh, did he go the wrong way? He probably did. Did it the other way around. Build a city close to the Kingdom Road to give a lot of pop quicker than build only a couple of houses for labor access at the gold mines. Yeah, it's fine. It'll figure itself out eventually. We're gonna miss out on this copper, though. Yeah. Unfortunate. There was ways I could have made that work. I should have deleted this road, but it's fine. Not a big deal. We don't need copper. Psh, copper. Why would we ever need copper? We're not gonna get attacked. Okay. So we do want to fill up all of these gold mines, because we want to get a lot of gold income. We may need a lot of gold income. So even if we just fully commit to gold, that's okay with me. Let's see. There's no super easy way to do this, but we'll figure it out. Okay, and then over here, let's build a hunting lodge here that can replace this hunting lodge. That way, we can just kind of... That's fine. I've made my peace with that. Oh no, why? Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not sending 20,000 copper to Carmen. That's not happening. Alright, well... Yeah, we'll do it like this. There we go. We'll build a slum house out here. And a firehouse architect post. A mine has to be sacrificed one way or another, yeah. Yep. It's rare for us to have such perfect placement where we don't have to sacrifice something. Anyway, what we've learned is that we're going to have to get troops in quickly because we're going to get attacked very soon. So we're gonna put a gonna put a recruiter here and start working on that. We'll just put one archer area for now. Because the boys are coming. The boys are coming and they want my copper and my gold. Yeah, so this is what Tana was referring to. We have a bunch of people coming in, but... Oh yeah, that is true. We do need to do hides. I always forget that. We can start storing up a stockpile of hides. That way we can have them to make shields. Can we export either hides or shields? I mean, not that I'm going to anytime soon. We can import hides. Yeah, no, that's not happening. And we can import shields. Okay. Let's just focus on the food. It seems like we're going to need more markets, even though I was really trying to avoid having to build more. We'll put one here, and we'll put one down here as well. Because we have plenty of food. There's no reason why this shouldn't all be fed. It's just the market spread isn't very good. Okay. So now we'll start getting some soldiers in. We'll get those super strong archers. And we'll have to start making weapons and importing copper for shields, or for weapons. But right now we need to get the pops in. We need to get the pops in. We need to get some clay going. Okay. Well, we can't get clay, but we can import clay. And we can start working on that. So we can produce barley and flax, which means we can make beer and linen super cheaply. I'm assuming that we can probably sell all of that. Yeah. You buy linen. That's also a land trade route. That's pretty nice. And you buy beer. Okay. Alright, I'm starting to make some plans here. So if we can primarily use game meat as our food source, which game meat is disgustingly efficient. Absolutely disgusting how efficient game meat is. If we can do that, we should be able to focus our floodplain resources on mostly industry. And then we'll be able to make a good amount of money with that. And our gold mines are already paying such good dividends. So let's build a couple more. Sawu needs money. We'll give them money. We have plenty. For once, I have plenty of money. Right at the start of the game. Now, the drawback with the gold mines is that this is it. Once all of these are at capacity, once they're fully staffed, whatever money this makes, it's all it's going to make. It's never going to increase or decrease. So we'll have to rely on imports and exports. But yeah, it should hold us through. It should do very good for us. There we go. So I think the leather hides in this game, in a new era, they look kind of like loaves of bread. They look like sliced bread. It's kind of funny. Every single time I see it, I'm like, what are these giant slices of bread in the warehouse? And then I think about it for more than a second, and I realize that it was actually just hides. 1,300 gold is absolutely nothing to spit on. That's 1,300 gold every probably couple of months. Probably a lot more per year. Yeah. Hey, I'm glad that they did it, though. Like, it's interesting that they actually did add a couple of new things to the game. Yeah. Well, like everything in this game, it's just kind of passable, right? Like, it's good enough. What the heck is going on here? Why don't you have water? Okay, well, I guess we're going to put a water supply down here as well. Ooh. Okay, we got more copper. That's good. If we keep getting a whole bunch of copper, that will be very nice. So we can set up another storage yard and start collecting weapons and shields. Shields. Weapons. It's extremely generous that the game is giving us so much starting copper. And we can set up a couple of weaponsmiths. Let's see, where do we want to put this? I guess we can just put it, like, over here. Do you mind? Do you mind, good sir? Thank you. And we can also put shields down here as well. Also, the more congested this gets, at least to a certain extent, the easier it'll be for them to shoot the deer. So I'm okay with that. Alright. So I think that'll be good. I'm hoping that this Kushite invasion isn't that dangerous because we're not going to have many troops. But we'll make it work. Or we'll die. One or the other. There we go. And I should build a military academy as well. We're gonna put it down here. Sure, we could put it down here. How does our population look? We still need 200 additional workers. So maybe we don't do that just yet. Maybe we start focusing on actually upgrading our houses. Okay. There we go. And let's start importing some clay so we can get some pottery. Because we have plenty of gold. We just have to work on actually getting a good village going. Import to maintain 400 clay, and then we'll put some potters down here. I mean, might as well, right? Barley? Okay. We should be able to do that, maybe. No promises. I did say that we were going to have to probably use this for industry, yeah. We'll do both barley and flax. There we go. We'll go ahead and roadblock that stuff off and build another storage yard up here, I guess. This is getting a little ridiculous. For now, this is going to be both barley and flax. I'm probably going to move this at some point, but that's what we're doing for now. Do I also want to throw a slum house up here? None of these areas have workers, but they may just be struggling because of timing. I don't know. And we need a work camp, too. You know what? That's fine. We'll make this better later, I promise. Maybe. Oh no, our thing's flooded. Okay, we may not be able to do this request then. That is unfortunate. 10 months to comply. Flood comes in June. Yeah, we're not going to be able to. Unless we can get our farms working soon. That may be better. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, that's fine. The problem we're going to start running into is, well, the problem we've already run into is the fact that, oh, it's August? That's not going to be enough time. All right, we're just going to have to accept that that's not, that task is not happening. Okay, so we can make this a little bit better. We can make this work a little bit better. Get rid of this. I don't have any boats. You know, I thought about this for a second. And then I'm just like, no, they're not going to come on boats. That would be silly. Well, it is what it is, I guess. Oh, hey, they did come on land, too. Well, that's good. I don't think we're going to be able to win this, though. Oh, completely destroyed. Alright, well. It is what it is, I guess. Less ships equal less troops. Oh, yeah, that does make sense. Okay, well. It's fine. We're fine. They just stole a bunch of money. We have to rebuild. But we're okay. We survived. We still have our primary source of income. I don't have figs. I don't have these things. Stop it. You think I'm made out of things? Yeah, I'm just a pharaoh. I don't have stuff. Okay. Well, here's the thing. It is what it is. I guess one other solution is I could have tried to beg Set for help. Maybe he would have been able to resolve that situation for us. But, yeah, I don't know. It's fine. Alright, tell me that none of my... Okay, my recruiter was destroyed. I can deal with that. Now, unfortunately, all of my soldiers died, and we're going to get attacked again. That's just the way it's gonna be, I guess. We are importing clay, right?
That was a bountiful journey.
Yeah, okay. It's just kind of taken some time to trickle through. That's fair. Alright, we still have a bunch of people coming in. This game is going hard and fast, isn't it? Alright. So, we need some fig farms, apparently. Hopefully they can get done in time. This is literally the worst layout for a fig farm. But that's okay. There we go. Restarted this mission like 3 times because I got wrecked by the first attack. One of them I lost because I didn't have any gold for them to loot, which I didn't even know was a thing. Yeah, I had that happen in one of the previous missions where they just came in and set up shop because I didn't have any gold. Now that I know what's going to happen, if I lose again, I can come back and redo this mission, set up figs immediately, set up barley, get the clay, because I think, not the clay, the copper, because I think getting that early injection of copper is super important. And also, we need to import, we need to import wood so that we have ships. It's a lot to do right at the start of the game. Let's see, where can we import wood from? You buy wood. Yeah, that's the kind of the advantage to the way that I started, is because I have a lot of extra starting gold. And yeah, you are correct. I can build closer to the road now and actually get some pops. I may do that here soon. I just want to make sure everything's kind of functional. The thing is that this is actually a bad storage yard for wood. I want to put the wood storage yard up here, because we're going to start building over here. And we need the... the wood to come in quickly. Yeah, I don't have the troops. So we'll see how much they destroy this time. Kind of an unfortunate situation where they destroyed my recruiter. Okay, this is fine. We're still okay. It's not the end of the world. This is a granary, yeah. Again, we have plenty of gold, so we're doing okay. This is only going to be figs. And we're also going to try and stockpile them, at least until that request is done. I mean, this is, you know, mid to late game. The game's not pulling its punches anymore. I think I've mentioned that a couple of times in the previous stream. They're gonna try to kill me. They're not going to hold my hand. We're not going to sit around a campfire singing Kumbaya. It's pretty serious now. Okay, that was a temple to set. Yeah. And then we also need to build this storage yard again for barley and... Where is it? Flax. There it is. Okay. These were shield makers. Yeah. Excellent. We got the figs in. The barley is going to be late, but we're going to get the barley in. Good. Very good. Nice. Okay. Too little entertainment. We can resolve that later. For now, this is good enough. We need to start working up here. So, first things first, we need a shipwright. 6 months. Thank you. And then we need a bunch of warship wharfs. And a bunch of people. Let's, here. We're just gonna fill this up with people. It's good enough for me, Chief. We're gonna struggle to get water up to here. That's okay. And they're just going to immediately come in. They're going to jump in, and you are accepting wood, right? Sawu has fallen to the enemy. That's not good. I was supposed to protect that place. We're going to go into debt a little bit. That's unavoidable at this point. There we go. Well, we may not go into debt. We may be able to set this up so that we don't go into debt this time. Bazaar. Also gonna put a bazaar up here. And we should put a water source up here as well. We could... I don't really condone this. We could put a water source in here. And then also put in, like, our architect's post, our firehouse. and our police station. I don't really like doing this because it causes issue with desirability. But honestly, at this point, it is what it is. Even though Sabu has fallen to invading forces, they're now willing to trade even more copper. Aw, how generous of them. There we go. Okay. So we have something going on here. I'm not quite sure what yet. But it's something, that's for sure. Alright, let's stop stockpiling figs. So we are going to want to build a granary here. Oh yeah, we're going to get attacked by this Kushite army again. And you're just going to go get game meat. Okay. So let's see how badly we get deleted this time. We do have 6. We have a couple of archers. No boats. It'd have been great if we actually imported the wood. Oh. So we're gonna start importing wood. That went well. Alright, well, one of our warship wharfs was destroyed. This was an architect's post? Yeah. It's okay. We still have a lot of gold. We can just keep going forever until we run out of gold. Oh. My palace was destroyed. Well. That hurt. It's okay. A new trade route to Byblos has been founded. That's good. My storage yards are wrecked. That's not good. But it's still okay, because we still have gold. And as long as we have gold to pay the invaders, they're not going to murder us. Yeah, I know, I'm in debt. It's okay. I promise. What were you? You're the water supply. Okay. Yeah, we're going to get informed about debt a lot because my money is going to continuously go up and down and left and right until I get the city rebuilt. Hopefully things calm down for a spell, but I doubt they will. Seems like things are just beginning here. 200 unemployed workforce. That's pretty good. Okay, so this had... Oh. This had the clay and the pottery in it. This had... Let's see, you have hides. Okay. What was this storage yard? I don't remember. Copper? Oh, that's right. It was the copper, the gift copper storage yard, which, I mean, We may not be getting any more gift copper because Sawu was captured by the enemies. Even though that's an Egyptian icon? Whatever. I'm sure it's fine. Alright. The Kushites are invading again. We're actually going to have some warships this time. That's good. I wish I could build another recruiter. Because as it is, we're just kind of floundering because we can't get our army built up. But I don't really have a real answer to that. Are you not getting weapons? You're not getting weapons. We may have to start, like, carting weapons over here. Weapons and shields. Because, I don't know, it probably won't, like, transport over the thing, or maybe the alligators are killing it. Who knows? Yeah, they're not even trying to deliver it, so I'm probably going to need a delivery man to deliver it. That's okay. 19% unemployment. That's fine. Alright. I think the next stage of my endeavor starts now. I think we want to build a bunch of beer and linen weavers. And we're going to send it here, I think. Yeah, we don't need hides anymore. Or we don't need to collect hides anymore. So we could do like 50% beer here and 50% linen, and then we could start exporting it. I think that's a good idea. It's not really anything I can do about the alligators on the pathway here. That's just, those are losses we're going to have to accept in our life. And then you should be going to get, why are you not getting game meat? Why are you not going to get weapons? Why are you lacking workers? Okay, now you have workers. What about you? You have workers. You do not have workers. Okay, so you're the problem. There we go. For some reason, this area is not having a problem with workers. That's fine. I think sometimes when you have situations like this, where you have a house right next to a road with a, like, building here that needs worker access, sometimes when the recruiter walks out of the building and passes this house, it doesn't always register until they come back. It's weird. It's like it's built too close to the building, and therefore it doesn't always recognize that it's a thing. I mean, we might as well utilize this middle area since I went through the trouble of building it, right? Pop a position there and a position there. That'll kind of make this area a little bit more compact. Alright, we have a Grand Navy now. grand navy of 5 boats. Or it will be 5 boats. Hopefully that'll be enough to reduce the number of invaders coming in. Okay, now we have carts heading across. And we have we have a couple of carts going to get supplies. Okay. All right, we're doing okay. It's a bit of a rough start, but I feel like the game kind of expected me to flounder in that moment. I definitely think it was the right choice to come across and get the gold immediately, though, because there's no way we would have won this mission if we didn't. We would have just died. Tana definitely had the better plan that she mentioned, which was to build over here and then do just like an enclave out here. But it's fine. It's fine. Nothing doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect. Okay. That was after losing 3 times. I haven't won yet. We'll just put it like that. And, you know, we've been very fortunate that we've had a lot of extra gold. And I guess that's the advantage of the way that I did it, is that I have gold to pay tribute to the people murdering me every 5 minutes. But, you know, it's fine. We're fine. It's all good. This may be a mission where... Yeah. Well, I mean... Yeah. Yeah, what was it? 2 missions ago, we had a mission that, like, threw everything but the kitchen sink at me. And then I had to come back and be like, okay, how are we going to fix that? It's just kind of the way you gotta play sometimes. But hopefully we've stabilized. We're gonna find out here very soon when the Kushites attack. We still don't have very many troops, but we could start making composite bows. We definitely have enough money to import more wood. So what if we just start importing a whole bunch of wood and start making composite bows? We can do that up here, maybe. Okay. Yeah, I didn't need my army anyway, right? Maybe we haven't stabilized yet. Oh, excuse me, game. There we go. There goes all of my weapons, too. That's gross. Okay. Alright, our Potter was destroyed. This is where having walls would actually be probably pretty nice. This was beer and linen. Yep. This was our weapons and shields. It's not that we really need our shields anymore because we don't have our weapons, but, you know, whatever. We can still start collecting them again. We're going to have to import copper for weapons anyway. So, you know, might as well. I think we lost... I think I did something wrong here. I think this was supposed to be a hunting lodge. Okay. Alright, we're still here. We're still alive. We're still hanging in there. What else was destroyed? That may have been it? I mean, there was some stuff over here. There's the two temples, the Set and Bast. And a couple other things. Oops. I didn't mean to destroy that. Alright, Set and Bast. Set and Bast. There we go. Oh, and we lost... Okay. We lost 2 warships. And the weapon and armor granary. Okay. See, that's where it hurts, is when it destroys your good distribution. Your weapons, your armor, that sort of thing. Alright, we'll still work at getting some of that. And then we're going to work on composite bows, because I think composite bows will be very important. Because bows were busted in this game. Apparently they're not anymore because, well, they outbow me. But I think they outbow me because the weapon's set. Did I not build the temple to set? No, I did. It's right there. Is it over here that I missed it? No. No, we're good. I could beg Set for help. That is something that I could do. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. And by thinking about it, I mean, I'm definitely going to. Where do I want to put a festival square? I guess I could put it right here. Get rid of this house. Okay, I'm gonna have to get rid of a lot more than that house. Maybe we don't put it there. We'll put it here. Why not? It doesn't really matter where it is as long as it exists. Set, please. Help me. No! That's not what I wanted to do! Let me try that again. There we go. Alright, let's try this without deleting it. There we go. That's okay. No! I'm lazy. Also, it's top right. It's this one right here. Yeah. Yeah, I know there's a button in the top right. I always forget that it exists, though. Which is definitely my fault. It's definitely on me that I forget that it exists. Here, let's get rid of this. 6 months to comply. There we go. Good job, Set. Also, that's a really cool picture. I haven't really tried to curry much favor with the gods recently. I mean, obviously in Thinness... No, not Thinness. In one of them, I was begging Osiris for good floods. But yeah. Yeah, I suppose we're getting in the harder missions now. We may have to beg for divine intervention. I feel like it was easier to curry favor in the older game. Like, in the older game, I feel like you just had to, like, build up the required number of temples, and you were fine. Okay, not enough entertainment. Oh, that's right, I need a bandstand. Okay, or a conservatory, not a bandstand. There we go. Okay, we're making progress. Slowly. Slowly but surely. We need to start importing copper, though. let's import, I don't know at this point, 400 copper? Why not? We may not have time to do this request. We need 300 more beer. We have enough for 100 beer. Set, please. Please set. Help. Set help. We could throw a grand festival. Yeah, that's the other thing is that, like, in the old version of the game, first of all, I think it was an instant loss if you just lost a battle. Because obviously they'd just, like, destroy everything in your city. But also, you could also, like, protect yourself with hunters and police and the like, which isn't really a thing in this version of the game. Which is probably fine to a certain extent. I mean, I think we've had a lot of discussions about, like, the advantages and disadvantages of how this game deals with military stuff, right? And the general mindset of me is, yeah, I guess that's fair. Because troops couldn't cross the water, they would just hang out. The problem is that sometimes it took them a very long time to leave. And I definitely remember missions where, like, I would just end up getting starved out because they just would never leave. But, it is what it is. We are okay. We are fine. We are totally not gonna die. I should probably do a grand festival just to really get on Set's good side, but I still have hopes and dreams that maybe I can get these requests done. Yeah. Oof, 1 month to spare. Nice. Okay, we can start exporting linen. I want to keep enough for requests because it seems like we're going to have a lot of requests in this game, in this mission. So we're going to export when we're over 800 linen. You used to quickly destroy the palaces and tax collectors so they couldn't loot the gold. Yeah. I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about the combat system in a new era in the long run. Like, I think it's okay. I don't really play this game for the combat, so, like, if they would have completely eliminated the combat, it would have been extremely weird. But, you know, it would have been okay. I would have survived. The combat has always been super jank. I've been playing a lot of I've been playing a lot of Caesar 3 lately, and that game is crazy when it comes to invasions. I just finished the Carthaginian mission, and crazy, crazy invasions in that game. Alright, we're actually starting to get a good little squad of archers. I'd like to get one of them equipped with composite bows, if possible. But that's going to require us to make a few more weapons. How many more do we need? Twice as many as we have. Okay. So we have some weapons to make... Or we have some copper to make some weapons. We probably need to do something about our unemployment situation. The easiest solution is probably worship dwarfs, funnily enough. We could throw some over here. Or farms. Yeah, but I'm scared about the military right now. Let's build a couple of warship wharves. And I do want to save my money for some transport wharves. I'm sure we're probably going to have to transport troops at some point. Maybe to retake Sawu or something. Who knows? Maybe put them down here. But warship wharves, they require a lot of people. Of course, with that said, 204 unemployment, we're going to need a lot of workers, a lot of jobs. So maybe we do both. Maybe that's the correct answer. Okay, let's set up our water lift. We'll set it there. You don't always need to send troops. I guess that's fair. I don't know if I like this, but that's okay, because that's just what we're gonna do. Do. This is really gross that I can't put this here. Okay. I hate it. I hate it. Okay. Okay, thank you, set. I appreciate it. And we should have enough ships to sink them. So that's the other thing to mention. I never really noticed it before. When we were just having small battles. Those battles are really broken. They do not work properly. I feel like the animations and the sprites are always really jank and broken. I think there would probably be more forgiveness towards the game if that wasn't the case, if it wasn't a broken mess. Oh, I can't. Excuse me. There we go. Wait. Hold on. Game, please. Do I have to do the road first, right? I do the road and then I put the ditch underneath it. Or is that backwards? No. No, it just wasn't letting me build it because of reasons, I guess. Okay. So that should be okay. I'll have to keep an eye on this to make sure that they don't... Oh, I guess these things can't burn or collapse. Weird. Okay. I guess I'll accept it. Neither can that. Whatever. It's fine. Set, please. Please help me. I'm just gonna keep begging Set for help. It'll be fine. Alright, do I want to do more flax and barley? I probably should. Mostly because the flax and barley for these farms come at a different time than the floodplain farms. So having that, you know, little extra injection of resources will be nice. And I'm gonna get invaded by the Kushites again. That's okay. There we go. And we may want to put like an enclave, like a house enclave out here, but we'll deal with that if we have to. Okay, so linen's coming in, beer's coming in. We're gonna do the same thing with beer. Well, we have to actually set it as an export. Oh, these guys buy composite bows. Okay. Well, we may use that for multiple, you know, to sell the composite bows once we're done equipping our troops. Also, I think these crocodiles have just broken. They haven't done anything in a while, but they also haven't nommed on my people, so I accept this. This is a good thing. Alright. Where are we at with composite bows? 16. Yeah, alright. We have a group of composite bow archers. Nice. Actually, let me look at the cost of composite bows. That's pretty good. So that's not that good, where you want to import wood to export composite bows. Because you're only making like a 50 gold profit there when you compare that to something like, say, I mean, we always go back to papyrus and reeds, right? Reeds are dirt cheap. They're not on here because I can't import them or make them. But reeds are like 35, 40 Pharaoh bucks to import. And you can sell papyrus for a whole lot more money. So, like, you wouldn't want to import wood to make composite bows to sell. But if you were on a map that had wood, you could make composite bows. And that would be very nice. Flax, yeah, flax and linen is also a good comparison. So you can import flax at 54 Pharaoh bucks, and you can sell it for 160. So it's really nice. It's really nice. It's definitely something to look at if we ever get into a situation where we can produce wood and composite bows. That might be a very valuable resource to sell. You don't have access to a physician. I guess that makes sense. The only other physician is, like, over here. So that makes sense. There we go. And this is bothering me a little bit, so I'm just going to add a couple of houses down here. There we go. I'm gonna struggle with desirability in this corner, but we'll make it work. Building collapse. Where? Oh, the police station. Okay. Well, we can put another police station, and we'll just put an architect's post right next to it. Set, please. Set, please. Save me, Set. Protect me.
These goods will make welcome additions.
What do you have?
These baskets are too heavy. Nothing whatsoever happens here.
Are you taking these people's food? Is that what you're doing? You monsters. You have plenty of food right here, you greedy ladies. Okay, well, whatever. It's fine. Ugh. So many people. Boy, I'm so glad that I spent so much money on those composite bows. Ah. Oh, okay. Thanks for the help, Set. This is why we pay you the big bucks. Okay. Well, we lost more weapons and shields. We lost our warship wharfs. And we'll rebuild. We'll make things better. I need to probably focus on, like, the spear, like the real infantry. I don't think our archer boys are cutting it. Why can't I find... There it is. Excuse me? Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, these are fine. Those are fine. We lost our palace again. I think that got caught up in a fire. No. No chance. I need those weapons. Alright. I lost my granary. That's okay. Water supply. Food, water supply. These were the police stations. One was a police station, the other was an architect's post. Courthouse. I think both of these were breweries. Yeah. Lost our work camp. That's unfortunate. Second work camp. Oops. No, come back. There we go. Sorry, I accidentally clicked out of my my Twitch window there. And then police station, architect's post. Okay. All right, we've rebuilt for the third time. Oh, no, we still have these guys yet. That's the most important part. This gold is bankrolling me. There we go. Okay. We've rebuilt now. Lost all of our boys. Let's build our military academy. And we can also get rid of this roadblock. I'm kind of surprised that roadblock wasn't causing issues. Set. Set, I trusted you. I trusted you. Here, we'll even build you a fancy temple complex. I hope that makes you happy, good sir. Does your thing still? No, set. Less mortuaries and reduces the risk of crime. Not useful. Okay. So we are importing copper, right? I didn't forget to do that? No. Okay, we are buying copper. We may want to buy more copper, but thank you. I'm so glad you're protecting my troops when I send them to far-off lands. Set, please. I'm begging you. Do the right thing. Protect me. I'm wondering if maybe I should import more copper, but I'm half afraid to import more copper for fear that I'm going to lose my storage yard and then I'll lose all of the copper in there. So something we could do... Trade route to Karma? Okay. I don't know if we can make this work. That's true. I could have like 400 in each storage yard. So hear me out. Walls protect me from invasion. This is about the only thing they're worth is protecting my buildings. Oh no, what's just collapsing and why? Oh, we lost our architect's post here. Oops, that probably happened a while ago. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm not going to be able to get that request in. So I've never really, like, had to do this as, like, an essential function before. Like, I've done this for aesthetic reasons. But this is supposed to, like, protect your city from invasion damage. I'm just not really sure if it'll work in such a janky location. I can hope. I can only hope, right? I have bad news for you, Mr. Physician. You're going out of business. My apologies. Like, obviously I've never really bothered with walls out of necessity, because before I could just, like, use my troops to win battles. But that's not happening here. Okay, I'm gonna have to get rid of that. So even if I can protect, like, my main areas from damage, it'll save me a pretty penny, especially this area with the village palace. So let's take a look at our defense overlay. Where is it? There. Okay. This area is the problem down here. Is it worth sacrificing 2 gold mines for this? It may be. Maybe we can just sacrifice 1 gold mine. This is an entire, like, experiment. I don't know if this is gonna work. But no, it's still red and angry. It's because of this area over here. I'm gonna have to lose a lot. I don't think this is worth it. I'm gonna have to give up a lot of... Oh. What was that? Hold on. Linen? I can do that. I can do linen. Let's see how badly programmed this is. Can I cheese this? No. Maybe these dunes don't count as actual terrain. Thank you. I'd have to lose all of that. I don't think I'm willing to lose all of that. I don't think it's worth it. Because, like, you're supposed to be able to, like, build... Oh. Oops. Walls to protect from, like, invasion damage. Like, here, let's save the game. Because I'm curious about this now. Sure. Herbly. Durably. So, let's build a wall around this area here. Let's see how this works. So, we're going to build a gatehouse. We're going to start here. And we're going to connect to the floodplain. The floodplain might not count for defensive purposes. I don't know. And we're just going to build a nice big wall. Because obviously I don't want my temple to set being destroyed either. That's what I was afraid of. There we go. It also doesn't have to be double wide. I don't know why I'm building it double wide. So this is going to be a problem up here. But we should be able to rectify that. There we go. Okay. So this place is completely enclosed in a wall, except for the floodplain. If we go into here to defense, no. Okay, so the floodplain must count for that then, right? So we're just testing right now. We're going to reload after this because this is a complete waste of money. No. So that's not connected to the floodplain anymore. And it's still not. Like, what if I just... Am I losing it? Have I lost my marbles? No. No, it does protect the middle. Yeah, it does protect the middle when it's fully enclosed. But the game did say that you could use, like, landmarks to protect it. So why isn't it working? So this is the perfect example as to why this is dumb. Because this should work. I shouldn't have to, like, create a fully enclosed area. Like, what if we just did this? See, that works. That's fully enclosed. This is a little bit more justifiable because this is super jank and stupid looking. But since we're in, like, an alternate universe here, what if we just, like... did something like this? Still not fully enclosed, huh? Even though it has a wall completely around it. Huh. Weird. I feel like that should work. Because my wall is even fully enclosed now. It's fully surrounded. I mean, it may not be... Ah, no, I'm bad. Okay. This is important science. I want to know how this works. Because I may... Okay. Alright, so you need to have a completely enclosed wall. And it cannot touch the floodplain. I don't know why this isn't working. Maybe something over here still counts as a floodplain or something. Or maybe there's a hole in the wall that I just don't see. But it can work. I don't know what I'm missing over here, though. Okay, well, that was a fun foray into Fantasyland. Let's go back to Herbly Durbly before I ruined my life with all of those walls. Okay. Okay, we still have the gross walls, but we'll just say those are aesthetic walls. No, we can't do that because it's actually cutting into my gold supply. My gold is more important than the walls. Wasn't there a gold mine in here? You know what? Whatever. It's fine. It'll figure itself out. Maybe that was in an alternate universe. We're making enough money that it's not really a big deal. Okay, we could equip these soldiers with shields. We might as well, right? Why not? There's part of me that wants to save until I have like a full group of soldiers, but there's also another part of me that feels like that might just backfire on me. Especially if the city burns down. So yeah, walls would be a way that you could protect this area. You would just have to plan for it and be willing to sacrifice some gold, which is not something that I'm willing to do. Not at this moment, anyhow. Okay, let's just kind of focus on our objectives. We need 200 obsidian. Now, what I could do is build the walls so that it specifically protects my finished goods. So, like, I have this storage yard out here with my weapons and shields. I could build just, like, a walled-off area How did they even destroy these positions? So I could do something weird like this. We need to get rid of this bazaar. It's in my way. All the valuable food stuff that was in it? Nah. Nah, we need to do this. So we could do that, and then we could have, like, our weapons and armor in here. Like that. And then just not have this. And that'll protect some of our assets. We could also have, like, our copper in here as well. We could just have our copper over there and start producing, like, weapons over here as well. Where is it? There it is. And if we check our overlay, yeah. I think walls are enough, Tana. I don't know what towers do. I have no idea what towers do. I have built so many towers in one of my cities, and they don't seem to do anything. Like, it shows up as a number in, well, I mean, we could build a few towers. We might as well. Now is as good a time as any to monkey around with this, right? And it shows up in the battle screen when you have them. But they don't seem to do anything. They don't seem to attack enemies. They don't seem to do anything. Now, interestingly enough, and I did not know this at the time, you can upgrade the towers with composite bows and plainstone, apparently. I don't know what that does. I've never done it before. But we can test that out, too. See what happens. And that may also increase the defense range. Yeah. I don't know. There's things we can do. We can experiment with it. Now's as good a time as any. I've never really played with it because I haven't had to, but here we are. Trying to survive. I wonder if it'd be worth putting a tower, like, right here, specifically to protect our city palace. I mean, it sounds like an idea. Okay. You better give me something that's damn good for these weapons, though. I'm gonna say that much right now. Alright, so... so that should protect our... That'll actually protect these warehouses, too, and our finished goods. I wonder if it'd just be worth it to plop, like, random towers around to protect everywhere. That might even be more effective than, the walls. I don't know. These are things that are definitely worth looking into now that we're getting into the end game. Okay, so upgrading the towers to composite bows does not increase the radius of this. That's good to know. Okay. What? Sir? Are you okay, sir?
I'm not taking these supplies any further until someone's available to unload them. I'm not taking these supplies any further until someone's available to unload them.
You know what? Let's not worry about that. Let's not worry about that, shall we? It's kind of wild that we're actually in a world where you need walls and towers. I don't think I ever built walls and towers in the well, I built towers in the original game. I don't think I ever built walls. Because I always thought that walls were kind of a waste of time. Also, it seems like we're gonna need another bazaar up here. This area seems to be struggling for food. In theory, if we play the mission for long enough, we'll literally just weather the storm. And then the AI will just kind of forget that we're here and move on with their lives. I don't really like doing that, though. I want to try to complete the mission before the game runs out of events to throw at me. I think that's the right thing to do. Okay, so we're actually starting to get a bunch of soldiers. So that's good. I'm gonna build a couple more of those. We'll work on the shields. That's very good. I like shields. We're just gonna have this all be shields. I don't think we need the weapon storage up. Well, we do have these weaponsmiths up here. We can have this go and get... Yeah, get the weapons and the shields. It's fine. This is fine. And this is copper. Yeah. The good news is this tower protects our finished goods, so we don't have to worry about losing our finished goods. So what mission where you did in one of the remakes where you build a city inside a rock formation, but there was a tiny gap the enemy could pass? So you built walls there to lure them in to the main entrance. Oh, not in the remake, in the original game. I'm trying to think if I've done that mission. I probably haven't. It might have been later, or it might have been one of the ones that we skipped over. But yeah, I mean, there were cool things in the original game that you could do with walls. I just never really felt the need to. Of course, I very rarely got this far into the game to begin with, so... So this is something that we're gonna have to keep in mind, that we may have to start building, like, walls and defenses around our stockpiles. I don't care if my city burns down. I care if my city burns down and all of the goodies inside of it burn down with it. One hard mission because he had very little space but had to achieve very high objectives. Yeah. Caesar 3 is like that with a lot of their missions. I'm about halfway through the game and I'm starting to run into situations where, like, the requirements to build your city is very high, and it'll give you, like, a very small map in order to, like, build that city. What happened with our clay, our potters? Are our potters working? Yeah, they are. Okay. Let's import more clay and try to get our pottery going a little bit better. Because we have a lot of other things. We just need clay and pottery. go. That'll be a little bit better. It also seems like we need way more breweries and weavers. We can probably make that work, but these houses aren't going to like it. They're just going to have to accept that this is the way it is now. I hate this. I already hate this. It's fine. This is fine. I'm sure they'll be just fine. We'll do a few more weavers. A few more brewers. Firehouse and an architect's post. And then a whole bunch of crocodile statues to make people happy. Yeah, there we go. What? Desirability? No, don't worry about it. It's fine. This is fine. It's perfectly desirable to live here. Look at that crocodile statue. You can't say that that crocodile statue doesn't make you happy to live here. These houses are actually okay with it. They're like, yeah, we can have a brewery outside of our house back in the alley. That's fine. You know what? That's fine. We don't have a housing requirement. We don't have to get a certain tier of housing. And even if we did, we could put it elsewhere. So I am 100% okay with this. Cushites. Set. Set, please. Protect me, Set. I know I've forgotten to give you things recently, but have some beer. So one thing we could do, if the game would allow me to, okay, we can stockpile beer. I don't really know how we would do it. I was going to say, like, we could say, forget protecting the gold mines, let's just protect this central area. And, like, build the wall in such a way that you can kind of squeeze in the defenses. We put a gatehouse there. But the problem is, we can't easily do that on this side. Cerebit Kadam? I can't remember if we did Cerebit Kadam or not. It sounds familiar, but it's a pretty ubiquitous mission, and it's a pretty ubiquitous city. And it's an early city. Medium. Yeah, I did Medium, I think. Or, Medium. Medinium. But I have done that mission before. Just not on stream. So that's the other thing that I thought about doing is, yeah, Medium. Going back and finishing the missions that I skipped over. And I don't know if I want to do that or not. Because why can't... Why can't I build this? I need a road? Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Yes, I'll take the copper. Thank you. So while I'm watching the battle, just like a random servant shows up, is like, "My liege, we have your copper." I'm a little bit busy right now, good sir. There we go. So what if we did that? Is that going to solve my problem? No. Why doesn't it? You underestimate my ineptitude, Tana. Do I need... Honestly, to a certain extent at this point, I'm just trying to learn how this mechanic works. Because I'm extremely curious, and I also want to know. What if we did that, and then put the wall? Okay, that did it. So, this way, the vast majority of my city is protected from attack. The only thing I would have to replace if I lost a battle this time would be this little, like, outskirt area. And anything, like, in this region. And, well, I guess I did get rid of the defenses up here, but yeah. Excuse me? What happened to my storage yard? Okay. Maybe there is a fire? Here, give me 1 second. I can put an architect's and a firehouse here. I can bring this road up and around. It's gonna be super jank. That's fine. There we go. Okay, we're good there. What's going on? Why doesn't any of these... But they should be able to just walk out. Okay. No, whatever. Apparently, city gates don't work. Apparently they just don't work. At least, the random walkers can't leave the city gates. That's a bit silly. That's gonna cause problems down here, too. Oh, no. That's so dumb. Whatever. Whatever, game. That is extraordinarily dumb. Kind of, but not really. Like, I guess you can use it for, like, a roadblock. It's not the end of the world. It's just, I wasn't expecting it to work that way. That's all. They work as roadblocks. Yeah. Yeah, now that I know that they work as roadblocks, I actually think it's extremely convenient. It's just I didn't realize it at the time, and I'm like, ooh, that's stinky, it's dumb. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, okay, fair enough. Please, Set. Keep giving me your blessings, Set. Okay. How are the other gods? They're probably very angry. They're not bad. I'm okay with that. Amiable is acceptable in my books. Okay. This hasn't been affecting my food, has it? Oh no, it does affect my food. Alright. Well, I have bad news. It was a good idea, but we were not going to be able to do it. The only other thing we could do is go up and try to get this food instead. And I don't... That might be worth the effort. I do have a lot of unemployment. I have a crap ton of unemployment, actually. Okay, well... We can start, setting up what we need for our monument. How many of these do we need? 32, 64... I think we need 8. Yep, that's nice. We'll put a slum house here. We'll put a firehouse architect's post. There we go. And we're going to start importing obsidian. Because really, at the end of the day, all we need to do is, obsidian, granite. All we really need to do is get our population requirement and build a massive obelisk. That's it. And it shouldn't take us that much effort. Hardly any entertainment to be found up here, huh? That's doable. We can solve that problem. And it's not like we don't have 23,000 gold in order to solve our problems. Why are you struggling? Are you taking... You might be taking the copper all the way up here. Maybe. What happened to my shields? Why don't I have any shields? I have one shield. Oh, did I delete my... I think I deleted my shield makers and never put them back. Oh. No, I put them over here. Whatever. Alright, let's make our way up here, shall we? see. Where's my water crossings? There. There we go. We'll put some housing up here. Firehouse. There we go. We'll do the same thing over here. And this is just going to be, like, a hunter city over here. There's going to be so many hunters. Excuse me, dear. Do you mind? There we go. Excellent. And we'll put a granary, like, here, I guess? I guess that's probably fine. Yeah. Yeah. It's a little jank. Can these collapse? No. It's a little bit jank, but it should work just fine. Okay, so we have plenty of food coming in. Our storage yards are full of beer and linen. Looks like one of my gold mines collapsed. There we go. And we're still producing way too much flax and barley. Okay, alright. That's fine. I guess I'd rather produce way too much than way too little. It's probably because my storage yard's full, because I haven't been exporting. I mean, I have been exporting. Is there anybody else who wants to buy my goods? Biblos, no, but you do sell copper and wood, so it might be nice to have that just for a little bit more consistency. You sell shields and hides. That might be worth looking into. You might as well. You buy copper and wood and granite. Not useful. And Kerma buys linen. Okay. There we go. Excellent. Collapse building. Where? Here. These guys have really bad collapse risk. Maybe I may have lost a architect's post at some point and just have forgotten about it. It's fine, we'll figure it out. Or, it was this one here. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so that definitely reduced my unemployment by a lot. I'm glad I don't have to worry about, like, exterminating the local populace of deer. That would be unfortunate if I had to worry about that. Okay, let's start importing granite. That was where I was going with this before I got distracted. Okay, we are importing granite. That's good. So, is that a sea route? If it is a sea route, I may want to put a dock on this side of the river. Let's see, where am I importing granite from? It is a water route. Quebec. Well, I'm sure I don't need this boat anymore. We'll put a dock over here. And then we'll disallow granite trading from this block. There we go. And just to align the planets here. Wasset is a new trade route. Okay, we'll take a look at it. We'll put a couple more warships in. We might as well. Alright, Wasset, where are you? That is... acceptable. Yes. So hear me out. Since I've been experimenting with the military stuff this game, or this mission, I'm going to import 5 plainstone. And we're going to upgrade our towers, and we're going to see what it does. And we're also going to disallow plainstone trading from over here. There we go. Again, this is very much an experiment. No pottery. Yeah, no pottery is becoming a real problem. That's why I started importing more pottery to hopefully resolve that problem. It's possible the bazaars are traveling all the way over here to get pottery.
Welcome additions to the bazaar.
That would be a bit silly of them to do that, but probably not outside of the realm of possibility. Food is a little bit of a problem over here, but I think, yeah. So for better or worse, when these guys are done overflowing this granary, they're going to deliver to here, which is fine. That's good. Another thing that we could do is build farms in this floodplain. Which, I'll be honest with you, I haven't really monkeyed with that much. So it's kind of funny. So one of the big things that's like cool and unique about this game is the floodplain mechanic. But like, because it's so inconsistent, almost every other food source is better. It's just kind of funny how that works. Like, I think the floodplain farming has the highest capacity for food production, but it also has the lowest capacity for food production. It gets a little bit better when you can irrigate it with the irrigation ditches, but I don't know. It's just, it's so risky sometimes. And you have missions where the game intentionally sets you up with poor floods so that you have to beg Osiris for help. It's, I'd almost rather just stay with the safe resources, like the meat. No water? Come on, game. Oh. I see what the problem is. One of these was supposed to be a water supply. Okay, well, we could put it there. That's fine. Employees needed, huh? That's because these downgraded, I'm sure. Alright, this is looking really good. This is looking really good. Yeah. I haven't set this to accept granite. Oops, that's my bad. I was processing in my mind for like 30 seconds. Why doesn't this have granite? Because I've been importing granite for like a year now. It's because I never set them to accept granite. It's fine. It'll be okay. There we go. Now we're getting some granite in. And some plainstone. These are downgrading. Is it because of pottery? Yeah. I wonder if the... Okay, no, they do go get the pottery. Okay. I was just about to wonder if this somehow blocked the bazaar trader from getting pottery. It doesn't. It's just like a little concern that I had because it had been... I hadn't seen it work yet, so I was a little bit worried. Yeah, there's a lot of food now. A lot of food there, a lot of food there, a lot of food there. Perfect. So we could start looking into taxing people. More importantly, we could look into building more housing and actually working towards our objective. This should be a win. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. We've actually won a battle. It's a miracle. Yeah. Even though the super dangerous ones haven't attacked recently. When the super dangerous people attack and we manage to beat them back, then I'll be more comfortable. But until then, I'm still concerned. So what if one of these crocodile statues magically turned into a tax collector? Do you think they would notice? Nah, they're fine with that. Yeah, they're fine with that statue being turned into a tax collector. Perfect. I'll take it. Okay, so we have a bunch of pottery here. We have a bunch of pottery here. These houses are finally upgrading. We could start a new cluster of housing here soon. And plop it, like, in here. And that should get us very close to 6,000 people. And then we just need the culture and the monument built. Culture might take some effort. We've learned that. We learned that in the previous mission, that sometimes culture can be a pain. There we go. We'll set this up as our housing. Why not? What, it's really gross? Nah, it's fine. This is fine. Why are you... Oh, I built the thing too big. Oops. There we go. There we go. We have plenty of money. We might as well just splurge a little bit. Okay. We'll build a water supply here. Here, and here. What? Oh, it's just being paranoid again. That's fine. Bazaar's there. And there. And then we'll set up our firehouse architect. Excellent, excellent. And we could move our festival square to here. Make it look good. Yeah, alright. There we go. And we can build temples to Set and the other ones. Put a couple physicians in, a couple doctors, and we'll also add a couple more for good measure. For cultural reasons, you know? Gotta get that culture score up. There we go. What do you want? You're out of pottery? And you need a scribal school. We could start importing papyrus. We definitely have the money for it, so there's no reason not to. Yeah, we'll start importing papyrus. There we go. Do I want that to be... Yeah, I think it'll be okay. Maybe. Maybe it'll be okay. Shields. We need more shield storage. We have plenty of shields. Why can't I recruit... Why can't I put shields on these guys? $19 shields? Do they all have to be in the same storage yard? I bet they do. Do something like that, and then we'll just, I don't know. We'll do that. I'm not quite sure why I can't equip 16 shields on these guys when I have 19 or 20 of them, but it's fine. You can put more composite bows in. That's always good. And we just need a couple more to fully equip them with composite bows. Nice. Put a dance school down here. That'll be good. Excellent, excellent. We do need a few more work camps over here, I think. I'm not just saying that because we have a lot of population, or a lot of unemployment. I'm also saying it because we need them. Maybe. Sounds like a good idea. Okay. These guys still need pottery. I don't think there's an easy way to really rectify that, so they're just gonna have to deal with it. And we can also put more farming in here. Pretty sure we have more than enough flax and barley. So let's figure out how we want to set this up. We can do that. That's easy. Yes. I think that's gonna be it for this. We're just going to sacrifice this floodplain down here. We don't really need it. There we go. I'm not... What are you talking about? It's not blocked. And they didn't remove anything. Unless we're just talking about these housing? I don't know. I don't know. It'll be fine. Alright, our archers are fully equipped. Our soldiers are fully equipped. And now we can also upgrade our towers here. Which probably won't do anything for us. Let's see, does it increase our range? No. Well, we have them. They're upgraded. Hurrah. Hooray! We've upgraded our towers. Wonderful. Okay, so once we get Papyrus in, we can build scribal schools, can resolve that, get some nice housing in. Nice. I think for some reason this housing is triggering the game, and I don't know why. I've had that happen before where, like, the game gets upset for blocking the King's Road when we really did not block the King's Road, but it's fine. Set, do you want to keep blessing me, good sir? That would be appreciated. I mean, we're just kind of chilling, working towards our objective, man. We're just kind of hanging out, having a good time, having a good time, having a good time. Solving our unemployment issues. You know a good way to solve our unemployment issues? Culture. Too few jugglers in the cities. Add more juggler stages. We can do that. We'll add a couple down here. We'll add a couple here. Soldiers love jugglers, after all. That's probably true. There we go. Every corner has a juggler stand. Excellent. Missing out on beer, huh? Beer and desirability. I never really thought about desirability being an issue here, but I guess it probably would be. It's right next to the recruiter, yeah. There we go. That kind of solves the problem. Okay, we got our papyrus in. That's good. That means we can start our school projects. We'll put 2 there. We'll put... I'm gonna start having trouble putting things in here without being intrusive. So we may have to start being intrusive. We'll see. We'll start with that. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we do need Carpenters Guilds and Stonemasons Guilds. for this obelisk. And I kind of want to... Well, I mean, it's probably going to go over here, let's be honest. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Alright, all these boys are fully equipped. Let's start working on another infantry fort. And I think that'll be all... Yeah, that'll be all of the forts that I can produce. So whatever we have now as far as military, it's what we're going to have. Hello, Zephophorus. How are you doing today? Building long sticks? Maybe. Maybe. Alright. Well, we have some extra plain stone. I guess we're just going to keep that for posterity. Ooh, this conga line of production here. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You know, in my earlier days, I would probably try to squeeze housing in here. I might still try to squeeze some housing in here. I don't know, it looks kind of barren to have, like, a cluster of population over here and a cluster of population over here. So one thing I could do to try to make supply chains a little bit more consistent, I could build some barley farms over here. And put some breweries over here as well. I mean, I have plenty of beer, but I could always have more beer. Would I want to live on a swamp island? It depends. How much are you paying me? How much does it cost? And how much are the taxes? There's more you have to keep in mind than just location. Okay, so that should get beer to all of these areas much more readily. Plus, we already have a bunch of barley, so that should be able to start production right away. And it gives me more jobs. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. What do you guys need? Beer. Yes. But what else do you need? Just beer. Okay. Well, that problem will solve itself soon enough. So we have so much food that I'm actually going to build another granary down here. Because all of our food production, all of our other granaries are completely full, completely overwhelmed. How much food are we producing? We are producing enough food for 18,000 people. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. They need beer to be happy. Sounds like things are going well. Yeah. I heard, I guess it would be called like a study where like one of the reasons for rampant alcoholism is when people fall on hard times. So one way to like resolve issues with alcoholism in a society is to make sure that they aren't like struggling. I don't know how accurate that is, but you know, It is what it is. Alright, so that brings us to 4,600 people. 4% unemployment, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We still need about 1,500 more people. And we still have a little bit of room here. These houses haven't fully upgraded yet. When they do, I'm expecting we'll probably be closer to 5,000 people. Poland during the Cold War, yeah. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of, like, historical discussions about it. I try not to delve into politics, but you'll learn some interesting things from time to time. Yeah. Then, like, in the United States, there's something like 1 in 8 people are alcoholics. So, yeah, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm gonna try to avoid discussing politics. We're here to have fun. We're here to escape from the world and chill and play video games and hang out. We're not here to talk about alcohol abuse. That just makes it sound so much worse when I put it like that. It's fine. It's fine. Why are you guys struggling to get beer? There's beer right here. Am I stockpiling beer? Okay. Alright. Of course, I'm the problem here. I should have guessed. Okay, now we're starting to burn through the beer. Excellent. Whenever something doesn't work out, I should probably just assume that I'm the problem. It's usually the way it goes. Okay, so we need to equip our boys with some shields. I'd like to equip our boys with a lot more shields. But we have, like, a whole army going. It's pretty nice. I think this is the first time that we've had a whole army. I think this is the first time we've needed a whole army. And we're gonna see about this battle. Were they making beer and pouring it in the river? So I think I had it stockpiled because I got a request from another city, and then I just forgot to unstockpile it. So what they were doing is they were producing the beer, and then they were just kind of sitting with it and waiting for a storage house to open up. So when one finally did, there was a conga line of beer going over to this storage yard. It looks like it's starting to be dispersed to the people, though. So that's good. All right. There we go. That's what I want to see. I only lost 2 infantry. Nice. I'm extremely surprised that the game hasn't thrown the curveball of let's send your troops off to a distant land and then stab you in the back and attack you at the last minute. That is a goodie. The game loves doing those shenanigans to you. It's why I tend to try to overbuild military if I can. It's not really possible. Can I? No, there's no openings over here. Okay. We can delete that. And then we could put a dentist here. There we go. That's why you would send warships away and keep your troops. Yeah. But what if we need those warships? I would probably, like, if the game asked me for troops right now, I would probably do a little bit of both. I would build a couple transports, send a couple infantry, you know, maybe 2 archers and an infantry away, along with, like, a couple of warships, if it gave me the option to do that. But I don't think the game's going to suddenly start requesting troops from me. Okay, so this housing is as upgraded as it can be without increasing the space that it has. I'm not increasing the space that it has. They can be in claustrophobic limbo. It's all good. But what we could do... We could try to make a fancy-dancy, high-class area down here. Just to show off a little... Just to show off a little bit of wealth. You know, I did that in the last mission where I had, like, the nice little high-class area all on its own and upgraded to manors. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Just have a warehouse down there with everything that they need. And it would work out pretty well. That's a good way to get prosperity up, but... Culture can be a problem in those situations. Let's add a couple of more dentists down here. Try to get these guys upgraded. Here, let's try that. Why not? I like making high-class housing. It's oddly satisfying. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Heard during the PRL times, natural farms had a status quo of how much they needed to produce, and then everything after that wasn't stockpiled but destroyed. Because logic. Yes, logic. Big brain. Alright. So we learned last time not to put the statue on the corner, but in the middle of where I want these buildings to go. That prevents them from upgrading in awkward ways. There we go. We'll plaza these things up, make it look nice. And then we'll start working on amenities. So first things first, we're going to want a pavilion down here. Let's see if I can pull this off without any major disasters. Here, we'll put the roadblock there instead. Put a water supply, architect's post. Firehouse. We'll drop a bazaar. There we go. They will want all 3 gods. And this will also help with desirability. Well, I don't think they need all 3 gods. I don't remember at what point they want multiple gods, but we'll just give them all 3 of them for now. Yes, Communist Poland. Yep, I know. Sorry, I didn't mean to blow you off there, Zipopherus. It's all good. There we go. Okay, so we have entertainment. We need a physician. We'll plop that there. Excellent, excellent. Although we may want to put a statue here as well, just to prevent this house from upgrading in the wrong direction, because it could upgrade this way. And it's not a big deal, but it won't look as pretty. So, yeah. Looking pretty is important. Alright, so we're definitely going to need more stuff. We need a magistrate. Courthouse. We're going to need a scribal school. Put that right there. We may not need a library just yet. I don't exactly know how far we're going to be able to get before the game tells us to go fly a kite. But let's import more papyrus just in case we do need it. So we're going to wait for these guys to get food. It shouldn't take them very long. There's plenty of food right there. So they have beer. I'll need linen for a mortuary, which I have plenty of linen, so that's good. Pop a mortuary down there. In fact, we should probably plop down a few mortuaries, because that'll also help get our culture bonus up. There we go. I'm sure these people won't mind a mortician in their backyard, right? Right. There we go. Excellent. We're also going to put a tax collector down here, because that's very important for the high-value housing, that you have a tax collector. Are you going to get food? Please. Please get food. There's food right here. You can get it. You could be a contender. I'm sure they'll figure it out eventually. Of course, these guys are struggling for food too. I'm not quite sure why. It's probably just taking time to spread out.
I have to go clear across the city with these goods. It'll take all day.
Well, whatever. It's fine. We're actually almost to our cap 18% unemployment. Let's not worry about the unemployment problem in our city, right? Yeah, unemployment is a myth. How much granite do we have? 188. We're almost to that point. I built an extra storage house. That's okay. Let's build a few more work camps. And I don't have an excuse this time. We're just padding our population, our jobs. There we go. And we'll also put down a firehouse just to make sure things don't burn down. I don't think these can collapse, yeah. Nice. Yeah, nothing that a few work camps can't solve. I don't like using the work camps, though. I don't. It feels cheesy. I know I'm silly for saying that. It's because I'm actually okay at the game, probably, that I struggle with unemployment. But I don't know. It's redundant. I've had this conversation with somebody else as well. It's like, the game doesn't expect you to make, like, an efficient city. So, like, you have more population than you need. And that's also the problem with culture, right? Because culture is largely based on, like, making sure all of your stages and diversions have enough capacity for people, not necessarily access to it. Because all you need for access to it is a walker that walks around the houses and gives them access to it. You also need the capacity for the population that you have. That goes into culture too. If you build like a pretty efficient city as far as like your people getting what you want, you're going to struggle with culture because you don't need to build as many buildings as the game thinks that you do. It's weird. It's weird. And by all means, I'm not saying that I'm good at the game. I have done some horrible, bordering on war crimes city layouts during this playthrough. But it just feels like you have way too many people versus the number of jobs that you need for a city. And that's also why, yeah. Well, yeah, you use the long road, which means you only need a single stand for a huge city. Yeah. But that's also, like, it's also important to mention that, like, there's a threshold there where you start to have unemployment problems, and that's when you start building your high-quality housing. Once you get your manors and whatnot, where the people in those houses do not contribute to the populace. Like, if I came up here, well, they're devolving at this point, because of course they are. But if I had some houses that were willing to upgrade, and I gave them enough space to upgrade, it would pull a bunch of that unemployment out of the housing. But because I like to think that I'm a little bit smarter, and I, like, specify specific areas for my high-value housing, unless I'm just playing around, I don't really run into that problem of houses upgrading to a stupid degree. I don't know. It's an old game. It's a remake based on an old game. I can't expect it to be, like, too complicated, too difficult. Usually the difficulty is surviving the first few years, as we saw with this mission, where the game did everything it could to try to murder me in the first few years. Alright, we're gonna see these upgrade like crazy. Well, maybe not like crazy. They still have to get pottery and all that good stuff in. So if people get rich enough, they stop working. Yeah, so when houses upgrade into the 3x3 variant, which I don't think I can show off just yet. Maybe over here? No, they don't have enough entertainment over here. Yeah, when houses upgrade into manors, the people who live in those houses leave the workplace, and they pay you taxes, yes. But they're also very hard to keep happy because you need all of this stuff to keep them upgraded. Hopefully we'll see some high-quality housing before the mission ends. It's taking some time to get all of the resources down here that these people want. We'll be fine. It'll just trickle down. Trickle down eventually. But, you know, we're also, like, almost done with the mission. So maybe we won't see it. I think that's a good place for the obelisk. And pesky nobles, yes. If only we could set up a trap above a pit of lava tied to a lever that we could just pull the lever and drop the needy nobles into the lava. Alas, life is not that simple. Alright, so we have the population requirements, we have the culture, we have the prosperity. We need a little bit more kingdom rating, but we can get that pretty easily just by sending the Pharaoh a gift. And by sending the Pharaoh a gift, I mean sending myself a gift. And I've been a little bit of an idiot. I never bothered to build a personal mansion this game. Considering how much gold we have, I probably should have done that and siphoned some money from the city stocks. But yeah, we should be fine here. We're doing a good job. have so many composite bows. 32 composite bows. Nice. You can stop importing granite now, too. Yeah, we don't need to import any more granite. We could sell the bows, but I don't really know if I want to. It's not... It doesn't really matter because we're making so much gold. We have so many Pharaoh bucks that it's crazy. Okay. So we're kind of just hanging out, waiting for the obelisk to get done. Once the obelisk gets done, we'll win. We'll win the mission. So, I mean, according to my rules that I've set out and probably have broken arbitrarily many, many times in the past, this is the time where we can start fast-forwarding to get the mission finished. Because we have all of the mission requirements other than the monument. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's enjoy the view of the monument being built. Now, I will say that I'm a little bit disappointed with the obelisk. I think the previous, like the old version of the game, why is there a lot of people leaving? Oh, it looks like they ran out of food for a second down there. Maybe I should build more fig farms. Just a few more. I have plenty of food, it's just kind of hard to distribute it. I could have these guys actually work at getting food, and that would probably be helpful. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm a little bit disappointed with... You sure have the work camps for more farms, it's true. But yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with the new era and the obelisks, because I don't usually complain too much, because, you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. I'd still rather play a new era than have a pyramid break on me after spending hours trying to build it. But, like, I don't feel like they animate the workers working on the obelisk very well in the remake. Again, it's not a big deal. And I've had a conversation with another person in chat in a previous stream about it, because obviously they were unhappy with the animations on the monuments. And at the end of the day, it's about completing the monument, not the animations. But I understand where they're coming from, and I definitely feel it when I sit here and I watch the obelisk being built. And that is why, when I finish the campaign, if I choose to jump back and do some custom missions, I may choose to do that in the old version of the game. You know, just so that we have that experience. But yeah, right now we're just waiting for the carpenters to build the scaffolding. It's just gonna take them a minute because they have to produce it, and that takes some time. If I was smarter, I would have built more carpenters, but I'm not, and I'm lazy, so... But I'm also impatient, so I'm gonna build a couple more carpenters. There we go. Alright, so how does this look down here? Seriously? Everybody's okay, but the very last house can't get enough food. Alright, well... I guess we can build another bazaar over here. Okay. Alright, game. I'm still gonna build a bazaar here, though. You don't see him building the scaffolding, no. No, he just kind of pounds at the base of the pyramid. And that's not even the carpenter. They're stone masoning it, yeah. It makes me a little bit worried for the Cleopatra monuments because I know watching the workers work on those ones is kind of a big deal. You also don't see them fall off the obelisk, which is also very sad. But we should be about finished with the obelisk. Too little entertainment? What entertainment am I missing? I mean, I guess I could put another juggler and conservatory down here, because it looks like that's what we're missing. I could also put a Senate house, because we'll need that eventually anyway as well. But yeah, I definitely agree that watching the people working on the monument is part of the fun of building the monuments. It only really seems to be a problem with the obelisk so far. Everything else seems to be okay. But again, you get some of those more involved animations in the expansion monuments, and I kind of hope they didn't skimp on that. Alright, so what are we looking at here? Still too little entertainment? I mean, that's gonna solve itself eventually, right?
All bow to your glory, mighty Pharaoh. You have successfully conquered northern Nubia, while simultaneously providing our Red Sea port with the resources it needed to thrive, assuring that our military forces will have a reliable source of copper.
Yeah. So we are going to keep governing for a little bit. Actually, we're probably not. We're probably just going to be lazy and finish the mission. But I am curious about something. How much... let's see. What am I trying to say? Sawu. How much trade... Sawu wasn't trading with us at all. Hold the phone. How many times did their trading increase from Sawu? I'm stuck there because for some reason my kingdom rating doesn't go up even though I sent all the Pharaoh requests, but he keeps sending me copper without the rating going up. Huh. Interesting. So what the heck is going on with Sawu? Sawu has constantly gotten increased trading. But they're not a trade partner anymore. Okay, alright, fine, whatever. I don't care. Alright, here's my final city. There it is, folks. I think it worked pretty well, all things considered. A little bit jank, definitely a very rough start, but yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.